Hey, it's Coach Hudson here, and thank you for clicking the link and watching this video. And I'm going to keep it brief. I want to ask you, and you can answer honestly because nobody's listening, right? This is a video. Can you think of something from your life, whether it's business or personal, or maybe there's more than one thing that you, on some level, are carrying regret for? That maybe you didn't take the chance, you didn't go after the job, you didn't ask the person out, you didn't work on the existing relationship to make things better. You get it, right? Has there any decision where you didn't take action that you hold regret over? And maybe it's a little bit of regret, maybe it's a crippling weight of regret. And and then I want to take you from there because like nobody wants to sit in the yucky, right? Like what would be different if you would have taken a leap of faith? Because there's so in bold, there's bold laws. If you've been to bold before, you know what I'm talking about. And if not, bold laws are these sayings, anecdotes, whatever you want to call them, that are really kind of guideposts in your life and in your business. And one of my favorite, probably my favorite one, to be honest, because it's how I live my life, is fear or faith, you choose. Because in any given moment, we are making decisions based off, are we worried about what may happen, or we are excited about what may happen? And look, we're wired as humans to want to protect ourselves. So a lot of us live professionally and personally in fear. We don't do this because we're worried about what may happen, or we don't do this because we're worried that maybe we're going to fail. And where I choose to live my life, and a lot of the people that I surround myself with also choose to live their life this way, is we live in faith. There's so many examples that I can give you where I did something that everybody else thought was crazy, and that I thought was crazy at the time, and yet I pushed and I did. And all of my greatest accomplishments and fulfillments have come from stuff like that. A couple easy examples is years ago in 2013, I was in a long distance relationship between California, which is where I lived at the time, and Southwest Florida, very far away. Now, I took a leap of faith and I moved across the country in 2014 for this person. Now, it didn't go great. Like, it was not the best relationship that I've ever had in my life. And yet I took the leap of faith. Now, in that moment, it was like, ooh, why did I do that? Well, I know why I did it, because I would not have my marriage or my business or my children or the wealth that I'm built and continuing to build if I hadn't have gotten here, because it's really hard to meet somebody from Florida who isn't in the same industry when you live across the country. Like our paths would have never connected. And moving here and having to start my business over forced me to do so in a more intelligent manner than I had done when I started my business in California. So that leap of faith, even though it did outcome that I expected, got me to some of the greatest outcomes in the world. Another one is same on the family front, because I'm not a real estate robot, friends. Like I just can't be. You know, our first children, we have six beautiful adopted children, and we adopted the first three at once. And after a week of meeting these three little boys, they moved in with us for the rest of our lives. We went from 0 to 3 toddlers. Woo! It was crazy. And yet I I can't imagine not having them in my life. And most people would have been like, no, that's too much, that's too fast, we're not going to do it. Doesn't mean it's wrong. I just look back, I'm like, gosh, what if I would have said no? Oh my God, these are my family. These are my kids. So you think about it. I can think about, gosh, when I was getting my business off the ground in Florida, and I had no money. I mean, I was so broke and really quite far in debt at that point because I had burned through everything in the honeymoon of a bad relationship. And I went to Bold for the first time, and I didn't have $800. Like I just didn't. It wasn't I didn't want to spend it. I didn't have it. And yet I put that thing on a credit card because at that point that was how I was living my life. And I did different. And at that time, because I didn't really have much of a sphere locally, it forced me to do things that I didn't want to do, like call expireds. In fact, the first couple of years of my business, most of my business came from that. And I've got some high eye on me. Like I did not like talking to these screaming people. And yet I did it. In fact, the biggest listing I've ever had in my career still to date came from an expired listing. putting myself in this environment of being uncomfortable has allowed me to blossom into the human being that I am today. And I've watched it happen to so many people who've been in the bold room. So here's my challenge to you. Look, if you are 100% happy with every aspect of your life, your business, your personal relationships, your health, your wealth, the control of your time. If you are so happy with all of that that you just like every day you spring out of bed, then you don't need to join us for Bold. You really don't. And congratulations, you're still someone I'd love to know because I like people like that just love their life and everything about it. If you can't say that with a straight face, if you do have some opportunity in your business or in your personal relationships, maybe your health, maybe your mindset, maybe your spirituality, maybe the wealth that you're looking to create, don't even know where to start. If you have opportunity there, then I'm going to challenge you right now. If anything I said spoke to you, don't overthink things and take the leap of faith. If you have the money, spend the money. If you don't have the money, find the money and spend it anyways. Put it on a credit card, call a friend. Because what this course can do for you is life changing, not just business changing, it's life changing. So that's my challenge to you. Just do it. Take the leap of faith. Build the parachute on the way down. The best things that are going to happen in your life are going to come from you getting wildly uncomfortable and just enjoying the ride for what it is. Like I've learned to embrace chaos, and you should too. So if you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, click the link, register for the class, take control of your life and your destiny, and do not let anybody else or anything else, including the market, have any say on who you become. I appreciate you.